Say it into the mic. What? What do you got to renew, Quinn?
I have to renew my Ventolin.
Yeah, you do. And you know what that means? It's time for another episode of the HUNKS podcast.
Oh, I thought you were going for a 2 Unlimited song there, but you just went off on your own little Tim.
When to become unlimited. I don't know what 2 Unlimited is. But what I do know is that this is an episode of the HUNKS podcast. This is actually episode 36 of the HUNKS podcast, and it is the spooky episode because today is Halloween.
Ooh. That's why you're dressed the same today.
That's why I'm wearing Rory's giant penis costume. Established
as referenced in a previous episode.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember that? Anyone? Anyone at all?
Show of hands. Okay, here we go. It's another house concert version.
Oh my God.
Of the HUNKS podcast. My name is Tim Gray, and my goal for this episode is to have a lot of fun.
Yep. Okay. My name is Matt Nightingale, and my goal for this episode, like last episode, just to keep my ERA under 1. I've gone 36 episodes without allowing a run. That's the best. I have the best record in podcast.
As far as runs go.
And I just take it one cast at a time. So currently at 0 for the season.
My name is Rory. My goal for the episode is to stay awake and keep caffeinated during the podcast because it's the morning time.
That's right.
Breakfast edition.
Keep that calf.
My name is Dana. My goal for the episode is to finish my entire cup of coffee. I never do that, so yeah, here's hoping. And
Why don't you get smaller cups?
Oh.
Because it has actually nothing to do with the volume in the cup. It's just that after a certain point, I'm like, it's probably done.
This can finish itself.
It operates everything on faith.
But my second goal is to not let you guys have a cigarette during the podcast.
It's good. We need that
Okay.
kind of check.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as no fire alarms go off in your building.
Yeah.
That seems to be a cigarette lover's dream.
Fire alarms.
Yes.
Or arsonists. I'm not sure which is which.
Oh my God, Quinn, you're wearing my pants again.
Yes, I am. You know what, Tim?
The last time we were together, I was like, are those my pants?
It's been a long week.
Because they have a very specific bleach stain up one of the legs, and it's definitely Tim's pants. So I recognize them too. And he was like, Quinn, I think you're wearing my pants. How did you get my pants? And then Quinn just, in a straight up baller move, wore them again.
To his house. To the owner's house.
Well,
Hasn't taken them off since.
I really haven't. I like these pants.
They're good jeans.
Yeah, I wanted to milk them for as long as I could before washing them and returning them to you. You left them with me somehow. I'm pinning this on you. So
You took them from me.
no, I didn't. They were in some of our HUNKS costumes.
Yeah.
I think. But the point is,
And you were
I'm
like,
Quinn
oh,
Green.
these aren't anybody's probably.
Yeah, I've come into a lot of jeans recently, and I just get confused. About
Sorry to
who's-
derail your spooky.
No, it's
Cool.
fine. I was just gonna mime Quinn Green. Mime is my official title,
It's
and
Quinn Green.
my goal for this episode is just to stop disappointing Matt out there on the field. I've allowed at least 10 runs a game. I hustle hard, but I just can't follow through. I don't know which hand my glove is supposed to be on. My hat is too tight, and I have to take it off, and then the sun. The point is, I'm sorry, Matt, and I'll do better.
Quinn's holding his microphone with his glove hand right now. It's just a big glove wrapped around the mic.
We're all dressed like baseball players.
Yeah.
And on today's podcast, we have a very special guest.
Spooky.
We're going to get to that in 20 minutes. No, just kidding. Hey, Mark.
Hi.
You ruined it. You derailed enough to make it.
The good anticlimax. My name is Mark Little. I have a niche suggestion for why Quinn is wearing those jeans. It is Halloween. This is his Tim Gray costume.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Half Tim, half baseball player. Quinn. As for me, my goal for today.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I want you a lot to just have a great time, to not repent of this choice. I want to help you make peace about the jeans issue, but I also want to create the Twitter hashtag Jeansgate, and I want it to somehow start before this episode comes out. So I'm going to be doing double work, and otherwise I just want to have a great time like anyone else on this earth.
Excellent. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark is sitting between Tim and I, as a good mediator should.
Yeah.
So
we're off to a good start.
I'm in relationship counselor spot, except I'm leaned back like a cool one.
You've got the chair turned around.
cool dad relationship counselor.
I'm straddling
guys
the
are
back
the
of my
new
chair like
Yeezy.
AC Slater. And, I just want you to know that no matter what happens to your relationship, I'm cool.
The tenement of all good counselors.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Tim to court and rake him over the coals, but you know what? Mark's still pretty cool. Take that to the bank.
You know what I don't understand? If you're so cool, just people in general, that you turn a chair around to sit in it, why do you stop at chairs? Why don't you turn other things around?
Like put the table behind you, or
Like your car?
Yeah.
Sit in your car backwards?
Why aren't you asking someone to help you heave a couch backwards?
You imagine taking your car into a dealership and being like, "Can I get this this driver's seat turned around? I just want to drive real relaxed."
I feel like it'd be safer.
That happened a lot in the 90s.
Yeah.
Just teachers,
really cool.
substitute
This
teachers.
How do we know the sub is here? Take a look at the cars. The ones with all the seats turned around. That's him. Really cool Sebring.
Spoiler alert.
Is that a spoiler? Where's this going?
Spoiler on his car. He's a cool guy.
Oh, wow. I did not pick up on that.
Spoiler alert. Cool substitute teacher coming along here.
Pulling into the parking lot. Oh, Matt, you get me, man. You get me. Oh, boy. So, Mark, how are you enjoying your stay in Winnipeg so far? The sunny beaches of Winnipeg.
It's very nice. More sun than
California.
I expected. More sand.
Yeah.
More beach.
Yeah.
Can't believe the mayor didn't alert people to the shark in the water. But when the summer season is your tourist industry in a nutshell, you gotta crank that nut. Anyway, I hope it doesn't come back to bite us all. Hubris is a son of a gun.
But your new position as sheriff here in town, it's put you in a moral dilemma, hasn't it?
You know, I want to look out for my family. I want to look out for the kids.
Yeah.
But I also understand that politics are what they are, and I'm starting to feel like I need to bring in an expert.
Sure, yes, I believe that that's a good idea. I think we have somebody from the ocean. I'm going to play Robert Shaw in this, of course. And
Oh, that is not the expert I was referring to.
no, I know Dana can play.
Robert Shaw from Shaw Cable Services.
Yes, exactly. Robert P. Shaw.
But otherwise, it's been a lovely, lovely stay.
Good, great.
Otherwise.
Otherwise,
Besides that looming threat.
Besides the shark in the room, nobody wants to talk about.
Oh, have you guys enjoyed
For the last 35 years?
Yeah.
so far so good.
Yeah, it had its ups and downs for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
The
It's
time,
nice and flat.
the time we made that shark mayor, it was a real rough patch of 8 years.
Yeah.
I don't know why we re-elected him.
People are better the devil you know. Like,
There's a man in the water.
He ran on a strong platform. What are you gonna do?
He just has all these policies that involve us dressing up like seals and flopping around in the water. It has nothing to do with our infrastructure's gone out the window.
I would straight up watch a Jaws sequel. How about just a murderer in the water?
Like, that's a
Twists his knife out of the water when he's coming toward you.
Just swimming around. And he can't get you that fast. He's pretty good at swimming.
And the B story is some sort of municipal election.
Yeah, he's the former mayor who he was disgraced.
He's disgraced. He's working his way up from public school trustee to reeve. I don't know. What does a reeve do, really, when you boil it down?
A reef reeve?
A reeve.
A reaver?
What
is a reeve?
A reeve, R-E-E-V-E.
I think that's like a small
It's a
town
small
thing.
town thing.
That's it's
Rolling
like a
up in a small town.
Anything can trigger him. Anything can trigger him. Watch it.
That was the "In No Way Did I Want an Answer" song.
Yeah, that's where a lot of that comes from. Okay, Roy, did you learn something this week?
I did. I learned 2 things, actually. Oh, God. Number 1, I learned that if you ran a marathon every day, how long do you think it would take you to run around the world?
Whoa.
Oh, so what's a marathon? That's like
42
42.2.
kilometers.
42 kilometers? 8 days.
No, that's the movie.
Whoa.
There's a couple runners on, Matt.
Seven days.
It's tough because, what is it? God created the world in 7 days. So you probably ran around it a few times.
God created it by jogging to different places.
He put on a sweatband and just ran around in circles in the universe.
Listening to big shiny tunes.
Planted stuff.
Yeah.
The desert's where he got lazy.
He took a water break and just drank it all.
He tripped somewhere in the middle and spilled water everywhere.
Oh crap! Oh crap! No crap! It's everywhere.
I'll put some sharks in so no one goes in there.
Oh man.
No.
I'm an idiot.
No. Not today. Not today. Today was supposed to be the day of rest. So,
Are we courting the Bill Maher audience right now? Yeah. Come get us. We got what you need.
It would take 2.5 years. So
8 days is so much funnier.
Oh, sorry. I was closer than any of you.
that's true.
Sorry.
2.5 years of running.
if you ran 42.2 kilometers every day, I'm
day.
assuming they're
Oh,
allowing
okay.
you to sleep in between marathons.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Yeah.
Remember Rick Hansen?
Sure do. The wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wheelchair around the world, right?
No,
Wheelchair?
across Canada. He did the Terry Fox thing.
I
Or
thought
did he
went
do around the world?
Dude, we just stopped paying attention after he left Canada. Well, that was good enough.
I'm sure.
Well,
that
that's all that
guy
matters.
went all the way across Canada and nothing else.
I'm looking
But I remember when he came through, yeah.
in motion.
It was, I want to say it was like 88.
That's so crazy. I
Yeah.
feel like at that time, just because you heard about Rick Hansen and Terry Fox, like if you're around our age, like as a kid, you heard about them around the same time. You're like, yeah, people going places, Like, they kind of diminished each other's legends a little for me. But now in hindsight, it's been like, whatever 25 years since anyone even attempted something like that. I'm
Right.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
One of them ran across Canada with one leg, and the other one wheelchaired across. Or
Yeah.
If it was around the world, oh shit.
Imagine it.
News comes in.
In 1980, fellow British Columbian and Canadian athlete Terry Fox, who had lost a leg to bone cancer, undertook the Marathon of Hope. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
One thing led to another.
They fell in love. And then, so this guy embarked on his Man in Motion World Tour on 21st March 1985.
World.
Although public attention was low at the beginning of the tour, he soon attracted international media attention as he progressed on a 26-month trek, logging more than 40,000 kilometers through 34 countries
Wow.
on 4 continents before crossing Canada.
Holy crap.
Before crossing Canada.
Imagine his forearms.
Yeah.
Like, wheeling? And dealing?
How does this get
wheeled
zero
by
attention? He threatened to cross the world with his arms.
Uh-huh.
How did that get no
And
attention?
everybody's like, we'll see.
I just see townsfolk standing and like watching him go by, chewing tobacco or whatever. Yeah, that doesn't impress me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Where's
then
he been? 4
Shania
continents?
Twain's like, that don't impress me much.
A young Shania Twain. A young Shania Twain, unmoved by the Man in Motion tour.
Hey, Shania, remember that song you've been looking for? Well, check this out. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
And a legend was born. Shania Twain. I forget the other guy's name already.
Sorry, you had something else.
Marvin Twain. Is that the part now? It's your cousin.
But wouldn't Marvin be the cousin? Or who? Shania's
it
calling
would be,
him.
it would be, hey Shania, it's your cousin Marvin.
Oh, yeah.
Marvin Twain. Remember that new sound you made? It's just the
Well,
sound
I
of
found
everyone
this
going,
wheelchair
"I'm not impressed
guy."
by his wheelchair.
I could
Hello,
probably
Murmur.
do that. Yeah.
Put me in a wheelchair. I could buy. I don't know. That doesn't seem that hard. He's sitting.
Yeah, at least he gets to sit the whole time.
I also learned that Tim gets drunk and buys record players on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That's what happened. I had I came down with a case of beers, and then the next day I realized I bought a record player. No regrets.
You know what the best part is? That like he was really surly and like sad that night
Yeah.
from being drunk, and the worst thing that he did was buy a record player.
Tim is on a
Oh, no.
spiral.
I went to a real dark place after that.
Like the thrift shop was pretty dark. Like it was hard to
poorly
find your way
lit,
around.
and they weren't open. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I want one now.
Bad case of the beers, Tim.
I remember a couple years ago, I went to a thrift shop with a good buddy of mine and roommate at the time, Andrew Lazat, and we were looking through albums, and he got super excited by an album, and he pulled it, and he found a couple at the time. He was like, "Yeah!" And that excitement was only paralleled by his disappointment when he rediscovered those albums, because they were like a couple years later, because they were Cosby albums. When he found them, he was like, "Oh yeah!" He was super excited, and then a couple years later, he was like, "Oh yeah, I bought these."
Yeah.
Oh, and then I think I don't know. He gave them away.
I'm pretty proud of my record collection, and then it stops short at my Bill Cosby collection. I have like 3 or 4 Bill Cosby records that I just don't know what to do with.
I thought you gave them away.
I tried to give away some of them at a comedy show. Yeah. And then one person was like super excited to win, so they ran up on stage, and then they realized it's Bill Cosby record, and they were not happy.
It's like pinning a scarlet letter to their chest. Take this, you creep.
Yeah.
Just
I bet you if you play them backwards,
Yeah.
there's probably some insight.
There they go.
Pretty proud.
Please believe me.
Why'd they wait so long?
that is officially the scariest thing that's ever happened on this podcast. Perfect.
Spooky Halloween episode.
1, 2, 3.
Spooky Halloween
episode.
You know,
Why do we do that? We just enable him. When he counts, we repeat something.
you know what else is spooky?
What's that? The word of the week?
Quinn just lifted up his shirt and I saw his bandage from his gross surgery.
Oh, Quinn just has.
Do you want to see the actual scar?
No.
Yes.
You know, you guys are no fun.
I'm gonna tell you something that'll blow your minds. Yes, originally that was Tim's bandage. When you thief.
Well, I got to keep the costume accurate from the belly button down. So these are your socks, and I use a little bit of your foot cream.
If you're packing Tim's winky under that waistband, I'm gonna flip.
Tim's wink. We could go for days about that. No. Ow.
Free range wiki.
You got that word,
I
Tim?
got that word. What do you know what the word of the week is, Quinn? Can I get that word of the week theme song?
It was the word of the week. We learned it good because we understood the word, but probably not because Tim's heart doesn't do the segment super good.
I hope one of your neighbors has that song stuck in their head later. Just walking down the hall. It is the word.
To the tune of almost the Monster Mash.
Sort of.
Yeah, it is
sort
the
of.
Monster
Yeah.
Mash.
I'm not on my A game right
was
now.
the
I'm medicated.
I enjoyed it. Don't sell yourself
episode.
short.
Okay, well, thank you.
Why
Thank
don't
you.
people do a Halloween dish called monster mashed potatoes?
I'm
Why don't they do
Why
that?
don't they? Why don't they?
Oh, it's 2016. So the word of the week is invective. Do you know what invective?
That's that Matt Damon movie.
I believe it's a.
It's a noun.
Yeah, I believe it's a swear or a type of like slander.
Yeah, it's like an aggressive verbal attack.
Yeah.
Yep. An abusive expression or speech, insulting or abusive language. Vituper. Did you? Well,
Tim's not the same since he lost his pants.
yeah. And the brain injury. Merriam-Webster. Shout outs. Shout outs to Merriam-Webster. We'll be back with more HUNKS podcast.
Hey. Hi, this is Rick from Rick's Spare Tire Swings. Sure would be terrible if your tire swing busted this coming Remembrance Day long weekend. So get your spare tire swings at Rick's. Is it Rick? Rick's Tire Swings. Spare tire swings. No phone number. We operate by night. So these are spare tire swings only, not to be, we shouldn't swing on these for further than 80 kilometers. Only available at night.
And then started doing it, and then I would do it whenever, as the HUNKS can attest. I kept up whenever. At
every
given
party.
moment. But I was doing a show where I was dancing a lot, and I ended up doing a kip up, and I think I did it enough times when I wasn't stretching that I just ripped it open.
Isn't that extreme? Isn't that spooky?
Really pushing this Halloween agenda.
Welcome back to the HUNKS podcast. It is the spooky Halloween episode. It's weird because it's like this is the earliest we've ever recorded a podcast. It's 4 a.m. We're on a flight to Berlin, and the shark has kicked us out.
Of the plane?
Yeah, uptown. He said we got to leave town tonight. We were just talking Hearn. Talking Hearn, yeah?
It doesn't rhyme at all.
No, it doesn't. So this next segment on the HUNKS podcast, Mark, it's very exciting. It's a segment that we affectionately like to call Breaking Mark.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did it start out with a guy named Brad or something? And then the fun just drifted further and further away.
No, it started off with Breaking Fraz,
Oh, yeah.
which was close. So the reason why we call it Breaking Mark. Do you know that you're familiar with the TV show Breaking Bad?
No, but go on.
So it's this TV show. In this TV show, they got to know some characters.
Slow down.
In this TV show, they got to know some characters.
Perfect. Continue as such.
So anyways, we want to get to know you.
Yes.
That's why we're calling it Breaking Mark.
The words are reaching my ear in the sludge form that I'm familiar with. That's good. So is this based on the premise that Breaking Bad, the TV show, is about getting to know those guys? I want to get to know Walt some more. Oh, what's Jesse up to?
Yeah, exactly.
They broke bad. What? Episode 1? No. It's just getting to know those guys.
I guess I'll follow along for this story.
I wonder what life is like as a New Mexico teacher. Episode 2 sucks, man.
The prequel series is just 8 years of him teaching high school. Just but nothing happens at all.
The kids just wear them down.
Just one person in the writer room like, what if he does meth? So what we're going to do is ask you a series of questions. These are all hypothetical questions, and there are absolutely no circumstances outside of the world within your question.
You meant to say consequences.
What did I say? Questions?
Circumstances.
Oh, boy.
You know, this is a very early morning podcast for Hunks. It's currently almost 11 a.m. Super early for us.
Spooky early.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first question. Okay. So somebody has invented a pair of underwear.
Slow it down. No. Don't slow it down.
Somebody's invented a pair of underwear.
Somebody invented this pair of underwear that's also a portal. Okay? And so you can go to the bathroom in this pair of underwear, and it'll go through a portal, and it'll land somewhere within 100-meter radius of
100 meter.
100 kilometer. Yeah, sorry, Rory. Jeez, that's insane.
He hates when you talk about
100
meters.
kilometers.
So you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, you don't go anywhere, but you can go anywhere, and then
I see
you
what
go.
you did,
Yeah. So you have.
Wait. Okay, finish. But this is underwear for you to pee in.
Yeah.
This is not a toilet. That's a portal for pee. It's underwear that, as one does, you pee in.
You pee yourself.
No consequences.
No consequences.
Well, you don't pee yourself. You pee. You choose where it goes.
No, it's randomized.
Yeah.
So it could land 5 feet from you. It
In
could
your own
land
face,
99
by
kilometers away from you.
Oh,
Yeah.
with up to 100
Up to.
kilometers.
Up to. That's right. Yeah. Scatter plot.
And no further.
Yeah. So would you?
Would I go pee in the magic underwear and maybe soak someone who can see that I did it, or someone further afield?
See, but here, Mark, you can even tell them that that's what's happening, and as is any magical story, no one would believe it was you, so you could get away with it.
That's so. I'm okay. So I've got these underwear on. I'm peeing myself. I'm not like holding them out in front of a toilet and just pissing.
No. You're just wearing them. And
So
there's
I'm wearing them?
No fuss, no
Oh
muss.
yeah, I see. Because it's not going to trickle down my leg. Because as
Right.
soon as the drops
It's
hit the
gone.
underwear, like a baby's diaper
Yeah.
plus portal, it's whisked away.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So
yeah.
would I? Oh, I would absolutely. Well, would I go pee pee in that? Yeah. I mean, I would. I would love it if I could see the consequences. I think I would do it once regardless. But then if I did it once and I couldn't see the consequences, maybe I'd start to feel a little bit of remorse.
Right.
Like if you could prank your friends with it, but you can't really control that. Then
Right.
you start to think like this might be like, I don't know, drizzling on a wedding right now. I don't think I'd do poo-poo though. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think, but with the remorse thing, you only have to wait a generation, right? Because this generation would be like, this is not normal. But then the next generation grows up with that just being totally normal. So you don't really need to feel that remorse.
Portal undies become like,
Well, they just
social media.
They become like
grow up
the.
to know that this
They're
could
like
happen
a-
every now and then.
There becomes the next Snapchat.
So we would adapt defensive procedures. Like we would have like more umbrellas,
Yes,
Yeah.
more. This is really good for the umbrella
more
industry.
awnings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big awning is gonna reap the reward.
Oh, big awning. You know what? I protest big awning. I don't support big awning. Let's not talk about them anymore in the podcast. They are taking over all of our jobs. Big awning.
Quinn says, "Big awning, be gone."
So, but you could throw a fart though.
Great. Oh yeah, I guess you could. Yeah.
Like a ventriloquist? I don't know. I don't want to go deeper into that.
I'm
Okay,
just saying you could
next-
fart into the portal underwear and it could.
Next question.
Yes, please.
So you are a plant in a celebrity's kitchen. You could be any plant and any celebrity. What kind of plant are you? And whose kitchen are you in?
Oh wow! So I'm
For a week.
No
For
consequences
1 week.
for
and
1
there's
week.
No, Mark, I can't stress this enough. There are no consequences.
This is not going to come back to you. Yeah. Anyway.
there's a part of my animal brain that just wants to say the word Laura Dern's fern. But I honestly don't care that much about what Laura Dern's up to nowadays.
They'd be stuck as a fern in her kitchen for a
like,
week.
I feel like Laura Dern's got a pretty routine
Pretty- yeah.
life, pretty normal. I don't
Probably.
need to see Laura Dern making herself coffee every morning.
Yeah.
I want to see some fireworks, probably. That's what I want, right?
Yeah.
I want to see some fireworks, or I want a glimpse of, like the closest thing to celebrity nirvana. You know, like they've broken through, they get it. They're using their wealth to live the right life.
Yeah.
Maybe a McConaughey, you know? I'm really curious
Oh, yeah?
about a McConaughey life.
I bet you he spends a lot of time in his kitchen.
I bet he does too. I bet he shows up there. I bet he lives there for a day or two, you know?
For sure.
Sleeps there more than he'd like to admit.
Yeah. I bet McConaughey shows up in a room and then tries to figure out
Where he can sleep.
Not that corner. Not that corner.
He just like walks around in 3 circles and then curls up into a ball. All right.
Now, this is like, it is like a weird question, but Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
Cat? He a cat?
I think so.
So, yeah, just a nice hanging fern in Matthew McConaughey's kitchen.
Yeah.
Sure, I'd do that.
Cool. Great. All right, so changing speeds. Now you're a speedboat. And you are... wait, hang on a second. Speedboats aren't fun.
Did you hear about that hero who traveled around the world in his speed?
The land parts were especially impressive.
Portaged his speedboat.
Across the desert.
Just 2 guys with sunglasses on their forehead portaging a speedboat.
Engine still revving and just blaring music.
All the seats are backwards. They can just-
That's a cool speedboat.
That's a cool boat. Speedboat?
Speedboat. Okay, so you're a speedboat, and you just finished a successful journey across the ocean. And there were 2 significant incidents that happened while you were crossing the ocean, one of which you'll never forget. It involved a sea creature. What sea creature? And what happened?
So it's the white whale of lore.
Yes.
It's Moby Dick.
It's Moby Dick.
And here's what
but you're in a
happened.
speedboat.
I'm in a speedboat. Here's what happened. It was me and Queequeg. Listen, I know that might not be a cool thing to say anymore, but this is Melville time. It's me and my pal Queequeg in our speedboat, and we both got sunglasses on our forehead. And Moby Dick arose, and then Queequeg was like, "Holy!" Like Queequeg's so old right now, but he's still pretty cool. And he's like, "Holy shit, that's the guy that Ahab tried to kill, and he killed Ahab." And then here's when Moby Dick came for me. I pulled out like just a nice revolver, and I killed him so easily. I killed him, and then I cranked up Michael McDonald, and we just cruised the rest of the ocean. And Queequeg went like this. Wow.
I bet you held the gun sideways too.
I held it sideways, and then we laughed at the idea of that, and then I turned it the right way. And then I shot.
There's no accuracy at all that way.
Queequeg was like, "Hey, ah!" But there's a freeze frame on that, and then unfreeze frame, so that I could shoot the whale a bunch.
Yeah, just
Freeze frame again.
just unceremoniously shooting it, lazily.
And then as we cruised into the sunset, like the end of Star Wars, you saw the face of Captain Ahab in the sky, smiling and giving a thumbs up down to me. It was Captain Ahab, and it was Darth Vader. And it was actually the whale was up there already.
And you will see God in the background. Oh, shit, it's still everywhere.
Oh, the water. Ooh, yeah, he's got a mop. God in the sky with a mop. Like,
He's all hands.
I was just coming down for that.
Yeah, he stops. He's like, I guess they're enjoying it. I'm not gonna bother.
why'd I wait so long to clean this up? So much stuff grew.
So much homework.
There's whales in heaven now too. Oh no, they're everywhere. I really gotta get to that mess.
Whales in heaven would be awesome. All whales go to heaven.
Okay, that would be great if they could somehow fly or float. But if it's just whales lying in heaven on the ground,
Angels hosing them down.
yeah, this is not enjoyable for these whales at all. These beautiful, virtuous whales just.
They're not there in their own heaven. They're there for our heaven, right?
Right.
Like they're there for us. They're not enjoying it. This is
Right.
their hell, but it's our heaven.
Our heaven is whale hell.
Because Blackfish never came out in heaven, so they're still really good.
Yeah, heaven's
captured
just full of SeaWorlds.
You think
Heaven is mostly SeaWorld.
You think God has sight blockers in heaven? People are trying to access Blackfish on Netflix in heaven, and they're like, I can't get this movie. Why can't... You know what? I'm just going to watch more of The Office. I don't even care anymore.
You don't have Heaven Netflix?
I don't have that. They know my IP address. I tried. Hula doesn't get it. Halo, the new app.
Yes.
No, that isn't... No.
Well, that was wonderful. We'll be back with more Hunks podcast.
New Mountain Dew Code Denim. Tastes just like your dad's jeans used to, on top of a mountain. Only snowboarders can get this out of a drink machine. Mountain Dew Code Denim. Taste your dad's pants again.
Ooh. Spooky Halloween episode.
You guys are scaring me.
Spooky Halloween episode.
Get out of here, reverse record Cosby.
We're listening to my earlier work.
When you play Bill Cosby himself backwards, he just says spooky Halloween episode. This is nuts. I like it like this. I feel better.
Yeah, me too. Welcome back to the Hunks Speak East. Is Ink Speak East? We are going to do a very special segment that we all affectionately know it as
Two truths and a lie.
Rory is so upset.
Because you made us. Whatever. It's fine.
No, there's a lot of
Barrel past it.
Yeah, okay. We'll get notes after the podcast.
You guys gonna do a powwow? Break it down. Yep.
So very classic. Two truths and a lie. We are our very luxurious guest. Mark is gonna do truths and a lie, and
I am luxurious. Thank you for saying that.
yeah.
I'm 80% flowing hair.
I think he gets mostly wet food.
Soup. That guy eats a lot of soup.
I like my food wet. I like my cars fast and my food wet.
Hey, you guys know that guy who always refers to his hair as his coat?
You got a zipper put into it?
You know, I walked with him past the coat store and he was like, weird. How do you sell that? Anyway, he's new.
I like him.
I like him a lot.
Let's make him mayor.
I think there's going to be changes around here.
Without further ado, would you like to lay upon us two truths and a lie?
Two truths and a lie, yes. I wish I'd put some thought into this, but yes. That's a lie, I did. Oh, no, I identified it.
I can't trust anything you say.
Okay, when I was a child, the first movie that I ever cried in was Black Beauty, and it was not because it was just about a horse that you fall in love with and it dies, but it was because
Spoiler alert.
spoiler.
Ooh, that horse had a really sweet spoiler.
It was because I was like a horse boy, you know, like I was like this is not a lie.
You were like half horse, half person for a while until you got the surgery.
I was a centaur boy. I was. You know how there's like horse girls like out there, like girls who are just like horses.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah,
like a boy among girls on the track. You know, not the track, but like the pen.
Yes.
You know, the dressage world of Victorian horseback riding.
Yeah.
So I was in that world. My
Okay.
little sister had gotten into it, and I got into it through her. And I was the one boy, like the boy in gymnastics class, that kind of vibe.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, I've been there. I've
Right.
been there. Snap.
And so, and I rode this black horse that was named Beaver, and he was not named Beauty, but he was named Beaver. And
Yeah.
but anyway, so I watched that movie
We had to
thinking
cha-
I was going to watch this wonderful movie about a horse.
Beautiful black.
You're just going to get to know the horse. Nothing was going to happen.
Like all of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
You just turn off every TV show after the first 15 minutes.
And that is when I learned that stories change one way or another. You can't just coast with your friends. When the horse died, I was 6 years old, and 7 years old. When the horse died, it was like the saddest moment. So it was first time I remember crying in a movie. Black Beauty. Props to Beaver.
Okay.
The horse boy.
Were you ever going to take a jump on the horse and then somebody was like, this is a hard jump? And you're like, don't worry about it. The horse has got it. Leave it to Beaver. And you like wink
boy.
at them. Like, they're like, did you ever do that?
Yes. And then they were like, you gotta go.
Go home. Beaver, no.
Watch a show from your own decade, you freak.
Sorry.
You're 8.
I digest.
You're 8.
Sorry.
Okay, it's number 1.
That's number 1. Number 2, the first time I ever drank a beer was at another movie. It was the movie Ghoulies. Do you guys remember the movie Ghoulies?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Oh, man.
Spooky.
So I was 9 years old. Spoiler alert. These things are ghoulish. They're coming out of the toilet and they're nuts. And I had all my friends over, and we were having like a sleepover in my basement. And I was 9 years old, and movie night, and we rented Ghoulies because there was like that little creature coming out of the toilet on the cover of the VHS cassette.
Yes.
And my parents were upstairs, and so we were just like watching this thing, and I went to the fridge to get pop, orange, purple.
Yeah.
And I saw some of my dad's beer in the fridge, and then I went to my kids and I was like, my kids. I'm 45 in this story.
Get off that.
My first time having a beer, I was 45. Yeah.
45, and that was 9 in my heart.
I went to my friends and I was
Wow.
like, do you want to try this? Do you want to crank this experience up? And so we all drank one beer and we watched Ghoulies and we got like dizzy as hell. And I don't remember the movie that well, except to say props to Beaver. That was the first time I ever got drunk. And nobody puked, but everyone got dizzy and we all felt guilty. And then okay, and then all right. So here's the third story. Here's the. I'll tell you what I just realized later. Okay, so my favorite. Oh no!
Oh yeah.
No turning back.
Oh no. Okay. So I want to do another first. The first movie that I ever. The first movies that this is the first time I was ever in a house where there was a limited number of movies, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that. So this is the first time I've ever experienced limited choice. I was staying with Graham Myers, who's here in town doing this festival, and we were out in Tofino doing this weird like improv thing, and we were staying in this house that was like away from everything. And this was just before the internet became a viable option for like getting shows and movies.
Right.
And they had 5 DVDs in the house. They had Braveheart and every Planet of the Apes.
What?
Not including the, at that time, Mark Wahlberg, Tim Burton.
Right.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
So we watched Braveheart twice. And I'll never forget how much it made us laugh because that movie is such a piece of shit. I don't know if you remember this. It's like the greatest part in any movie for like this melodramatic establishment of like, don't forget, this is the evil guy. Do you remember at the very beginning when his son comes up and he's like, I'm prepared, like, we got to get you married. And his son's like, actually, here's my lover, I'm gay. And his dad's like, interesting. That's interesting that you'd bring your gay lover to meet me and think that I'd be, and he kicks his gay lover out a stone window. At like the 10-minute mark. And then we're like, oh boy, I hope Mel Gibson kills this cartoonishly evil man. That's the fate of Scotland be damned. Like, I just want vengeance for this boy who did nothing. And then we watched the Planet of the Apes. We watched all of them. And I'm one of my only friends I know who has seen every Planet of the Apes simply because I had to. And they are insane. The first one we're all familiar with. Charlton Heston and some humans hanging out with some apes in ape land. It turns out it was Earth all along.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Classic.
Spoiler alert.
God, my
Oh, shit.
Number 2, 2 apes go back in time into Earth times when it was dominated by humans. They're on the run, like fugitive style, the entire movie. They get arrested.
Do they show up like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator, where it's
I
like
believe
lightning,
they
thunder,
do, yeah.
and then they're
I
naked?
think they scream, I need your boots, your keys, and your motorcycle or whatever. They get arrested. They're in court. Halfway through the movie, they're in court.
What?
They're in court, and
Oh
they're on the like whatever the defense stand, and the woman ape is starts talking, and the whole courtroom goes, "Whoa!" Like they can't believe it. And she starts because they've been wearing clothes, and everyone's like, "Who are these like bipedal apes just like moving around?" And she starts explaining to the judge, and the judge is like, "Boy," and everyone goes crazy. And then she's explaining their case very compassionately or passionately about like where they come from, what they are. And then the judge is just like, "Oh well, does he talk too?" And then the male ape goes, "Only when she lets me." And then the whole courtroom laughs. Like it's a sitcom.
So even the monkeys are sexist.
Yeah.
The monkeys are at the very least playing into human ideas of gender roles.
Yeah, they talked about
for
it.
a laugh.
We talked about it ahead of time, and they're like, you know how we really get this courtroom on our side? Just be real sexist about it. We're not like that, but they're idiots.
Just toss an old school joke their way. And then I think that movie ends with the two monkeys getting gunned down on a warship. Like that's how tonally weird that movie is. The middle is this sitcom freeze frame moment.
Yeah. And you weren't a monkey boy, so that didn't affect you emotionally.
Emotionally, I was unaffected. Beaver was not touched.
You weren't going to monkey camp and stuff.
What a strange amount of detail in that story. I bet that one was the lie. I bet that one was the lie. And now you guys must choose.
Okay, so out of the gate, I'm thinking he told two good stories and then realized he was pinned into a corner.
Yeah, I think that he realized that he already told two truths.
But I could be wrong. That
Could be wrong.
That is how you play it sometimes.
So we
That's what
got
I
Black
think.
Beauty is
Yeah.
one.
Black Beauty.
Horse boy.
The second one was what?
Beer Ghoulies.
Oh,
Beer
Beer
Ghoulies.
Beer
Ghoulies.
Ghoulies. And then,
Braveheart Planet. Braveheart Apes.
okay, Brave Apes. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna lock it in on the Brave Apes. I think is the line.
Is the lie?
Yeah.
I think so too. I think that he forgot that that we were playing, not just like sharing stories.
How dare you? How dare you?
He forgot we weren't just sharing stories. This isn't that type of podcast. There's a game and stakes.
Now can I give you guys a little
Yes,
hint?
for sure.
Here's a hint. I played the game wrong by accident.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I think the first two are lies, and the third one's the truth.
I forgot how to play the game.
It's in the title.
You thought it was two lies and a truth?
Yes.
You were never a horse boy.
No, I was never a horse.
Oh no, shattered
Yes,
dreams.
that's right. I made you feel. I made you feel for Beaver. You notice how the first two stories had these dramatic arcs? The third one was just about some movies I watched. That's my real life. I just sit down with friends and watch some movies. I don't lose things.
Shared my dad's beer, and we all learned something that day.
So there's no nuggets of truth in those first two?
My sister was a horse girl.
Okay.
Because I thought you had a lot of detail about horses, but it was secondhand detail.
Secondhand detail.
Okay.
I remember Ghoulies very clearly. And I remember my first time drinking beer very clearly. Very,
Beaver
very
beer.
different.
Drinking beaver.
You made beer out of your horse beaver? Oh my god.
I'm trying to think of whose expression horse girl is. There's a Toronto comedian who's like planted that in my brain. It might be Jackie Pirico, the idea of like girls who just love their horses. I don't think it was her. No, I got to figure out who it was.
There's a whole bunch of
Sarah?
like adolescent novels, I guess, for that's a genre.
Right.
Of girls and their horses.
Horse based.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a
My little
Try
It's a
finding a calendar for girls that didn't have horses in it from back in the day. You can't.
Oh, you can't.
It's all. It's all horses.
I've only ridden a horse once. I'm deathly allergic to horses, but I did it for a TV show that I was doing, and it hurts and it's scary as hell,
Yeah.
but it's exhilarating. It's great. Yeah.
So wonderful. Two lies and a truth.
Breaking the mold.
Yeah, breaking the
I
mold.
didn't want to force you guys to like argue about.
Right. Thank you.
So I
Thank
technically
you.
was the most wrong, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the opposite.
Me too.
But I was also along the same lines where I was like, I'm pretty sure he forgot how to play.
So this episode obviously comes out on Halloween, spooky
Spooky.
October 31st. Halloween. Next week this Friday we have a show at Wee Johnny's, the first Skid or Die show, which is going to be a regular sketch comedy night in Winnipeg. And what else? Do you have any pluggies? Anything you want to pluggy? Oh.
check out Planet of the Apes, Braveheart. You can find them almost anywhere. It's a real wild ride. I have a web series called Space Riders.
Yeah.
Season 2 has been in editing process, post-production for like over a year, but I think it's coming out soon.
Sweet.
We got a little bit backed up.
It is a very funny show.
Very silly.
si-
Very
silly.
silly. But yeah, maybe in the next month or so.
Sweet.
Got to really know some characters in that show, which I enjoyed.
You really get to hang out with some characters while they just live their lives.
Stuff happens. So yeah, okay. Any else? Any other pluggies?
I think that's more or less.
Plug. Okay. I'm recording a comedy album on Saturday, November 26th. Called You Gotta Laugh. You can get tickets through Zellers.biz. It's 2 Z's, one in Zellers, one in Biz. And we're doing a show with Outside Joke.
The 19th of November, Saturday, at the gas station. Yep.
Very excited for that.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're in Toronto, just come see me.
Yeah.
Come watch me. Come watch me.
Yeah.
Come say hello.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
tell me your truths.
Yeah.
Or more.
Oh,
your lies.
I guess they could be in Toronto while they're listening to this if they're
No doubt.
the internet, man.
The moment
Podcasts can only reach people in your city. What a waste.
You lose the signal otherwise.
Thanks for logging into our local area network. Streamed exclusively on a local area network. We set up our own signal.
The podcast for neighboring businesses in the Osborne Village community.
Yeah.
Tim's been broadcasting this on ham radio the whole time and didn't tell us.
If you're wondering why your microwave doesn't work, we're locked in on that frequency.
we release
Microwaves
it,
don't work that way.
we release it on CD every week.
Selling burnt copies on the street corner.
That's a good idea.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
I mean, it is, but at the same time, it's fun.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
We're good.
God.
Are we cool? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess you've pulled me out to your garage and more or less pointed a gun at my head and forced me to say that we're cool now, Mr. Maron. Yes, Mr. Maron, our past is behind us.
Great. Problem solved.
Yes, I too just shit my pants, pal.
Now I'm just going to play a little bit of guitar. I have a guitar in the closet. Okay, bye.
Bye.